Okay, we're back again. So at the moment we had a we had a working login form that said alert, you're logged in. If you typed in Bob and Cake, and if you typed anything else in, it said incorrect login. So we're going to make it a bit more interesting, and we're going to allow the user to see an image if they type in the correct login. So as per usual, we're typing in image source. Hopefully you remember the URL to a good image. I know that this is my picture of my cat that I type in every single time, cat.jpg. Now you'll notice there's a whole load of errors appearing on the output. Just ignore that until I finish the tag, and there is a picture of a cat there, I promise. If I scroll down, I can just see his little paws there. If I add a width equals 200, hopefully, there you go, nice small picture of a cat. Now what we want to do is not actually have the source here now. I'm just going to cut that out of there, and I get a blank image here. But I want, as soon as they've typed in the correct name and password, I want that image to be filled in. Now for that, I need to give this image an ID. So I'm going to give it an ID of my image. Okay, whatever you call it, make sure it's all one word. And then we're going to do the same thing we did up here. We're going to do document.getElement by ID. And then in there, we'll put my image. But this time, we're not going to do dot value. We're going to do dot source or src. And then if I put inside quotes the source we want it to do, let's make that a bit smaller so you can see it all. Don't forget the semicolon. Hopefully now, when I type in the right name and password, so Bob and Cake, and then click login, it says you're now logged in, and it should give me a cat. But if I do this again, and type in another name and password, it says incorrect login, try again, and no picture appears. Okay, I could, if I wanted to, display something different if they get it wrong, and I'm pretty sure if I type this one in and there's dog in there, means you'll get the dog image if I get it wrong. So let's try that again. So get it both wrong, click here to log in, incorrect login, try again. I get a dog picture, but let's try one more time. If I type it incorrectly, Bob and Cake, I will get a cat picture. Hooray! Okay, so that's a little bit of extra coding you can do to make it a bit more interesting. The other thing that you can do is add some CSS. So in here, click the CSS tab to show that. And remember how you can do things like change the background color. So you can do background dash color and put hashtag colors like so. We'll get that. If you want to really go to town, there's so many things you can do with CSS. You might have to try and remember them from last time. Here's some I just did earlier. If you want to have a look at it and play with your similar ones, you can do that now. I'm just going to hide the JavaScript for now. So that changes the background color, that changes the font to monospace. This one makes the font a bit bigger. This aligns everything into the center. And then this is quite clever for the input tags, which are all of these inputs here, plus the button. I've changed the font again and the size. I put a little border around it. I'm going to make it green. I think that will look nice. There we go. I've set the border radius. This is how I get the rounded corners, so I could really make it a bit more rounded, like so. And then the padding should be putting some spacing inside those. If I make it 10, ooh, that's a bit big, you get a bit more of a space here, and it should still log in. And if I get it wrong, I'll get a picture of a dog appearing. Okay, so pause that and type those in if you want. I'm not expecting you to remember a lot of your CSS, but the most important thing is to get your JavaScript to work. So again, pause that to see if you can get your JavaScript to look like mine. These are URLs to images. When you're looking for URLs online, you might get those massively long strings. You'll need to paste those in there. I would suggest just look again for another image that has .jpeg or .png or .gif at the end. You can put animated GIFs in there if you want. Again, once you've done it, save your snapshot, get the weird little URL here and paste it in as a comment to this task. Okay?